About a year ago, I was in Denver, Colorado, and it was the end of a long week. It was the last day of a Google Design Sprint, which is a process of rapidly thinking through ideas, brainstorming, using 1,000,000 Post-it notes, and creating a prototype in just 5 days. And we'd been up late the night before creating a prototype of an idea that we were sure was going to revolutionize the travel industry. Better than TSA PreCheck, better than the electronic boarding pass, better than those pillows that save your neck from being destroyed if you fall asleep on an airplane. And the only thing left for us to do was test our idea with customers. So we had the 5 recommended customers lined up who clicked through our prototype and gave us feedback. And they each said the exact same thing. We wouldn't use this. We don't want this. And this is a bad idea. So that might sound like failure, and let's be honest, that was failure. But consider that our only costs were the travel to have people attend our sprint and the time away from their day jobs, versus the months and potentially years and millions of dollars that our company would invest in creating a product that no one wants. The Google Sprints were developed by the Google Ventures team about 7 years ago and take a human-centered approach to problem solving based on the design thinking framework and do it in a very accelerated time frame. And my company, Travelport, has been using the Google Design Sprints for the past few years as a way to drive innovation and customer centricity. And I know you've heard it before, so I'll go through it quickly, but the process starts with really understanding who your customer is. And not just demographic information, but really empathizing with them, understanding how they see the world, what their problems are, and what their previous experiences have been. And then defining the problem of theirs that you want to solve, ideating or rapidly thinking through different solutions to address the problem, creating a prototype that represents your solution, and then testing that prototype with customers, using their feedback to determine how you drive forward or don't with your idea. So to really drive this home, we're going to have our own mini design sprint. So you are all now travelers. Think back to the last trip that you took. What were the highs and the lows of your experience? What was it like when you were researching, shopping, booking, and on your trip? So for me, the last time I traveled, I went to the UK for about a week for work, and I was trying to work out how I could pack the least amount of possible so I wouldn't have a giant bag that I'd have to lug around the airport and lug around the hotel. But with that, I have to rewear certain things, and I wasn't sure if a laundry service was included in our travel policy. So I was worried that my clothes would start to smell a little stale by the end of the trip. So in the Google Design Sprint, you would each now individually sketch solutions to my pain point. So take a second to think about what that sketch might look like. So it could be an Uber-style laundry service to avoid the expensive hotel charges. It could be an app that delivers a new outfit to my hotel every day. It could be Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle openly sharing their closets with me. And then we would all vote on what the best idea is, so the idea that we think would most enable us to hit our long-term goal. We'd create a storyboard or a plan for a prototype, and then a realistic prototype to represent that solution that we would test with customers, so people just like me, people who have that same pain point. And in a real sprint, we would do all of that in just 5 days. So congratulations, you've just done your first design sprint. And hopefully you understand what a sprint is. And for why, I want to talk to you about a product that we're in the process of launching. And this product is aimed at removing the monotonous and manual tasks that travel agents have to do to maintain their back office. So things like quality control, issuing refunds, and schedule changes. And this idea went through the design process, and we heard from customers that they loved it, that it addresses a huge pain point that they have, and it gives them time back to do what they love to do, which is help their travelers have amazing trips. And once we got that feedback from customers, we didn't shut them out of the process. Instead, we kept on iterating based off their feedback, testing, iterating, in a continuous feedback loop. So we were constantly improving and constantly learning. And the response from customers has been overwhelmingly positive. Our sales team has the easiest job, because here's a product that was built to address real needs and was built with customer feedback at every step in the process. And not only that, but we built in record time, because the design process allowed us to break down internal silos and gave us a strong design foundation to build off of. So we reduced our risk of building a product that potentially no one wants. We reduced our costs by greatly decreasing the design and development time. And we created a superior solution, which makes our customers happier, which makes us happier too. And not only that, but we had fun in the process. The design sprint is the only place where you can see a senior VP guarding their sketch to make sure that no one steals their idea. And you can leverage this fun and participant buy-in to drive innovation as people start to think about ideas differently. They start to think outside of the box and take that way of thinking back to their teams. It's also a great way to drive customer centricity. At the end of a recent sprint, for example, I overheard a participant commenting, "Wow, customers are real people." And I love this quote because it shows that she started to realize how the decisions that she makes, that her team makes, and that our company makes impact real people, which is a necessary step in driving organizational-wide customer centricity. And the type of results that we've experienced aren't atypical. In fact, they're normal, and they've been measured by other companies as well. For example, Forrester released a report this year that looked at IBM and IBM's design thinking clients who had implemented design thinking and found that they enjoyed an average of $18.6 million increase in portfolio profitability. They decreased their costs by $20.6 million, and they had an ROI of 301%. Not only that, but their customers were happier, and their employees were happier as they collaborated and they engaged more with each other. Their internal processes were more streamlined, and their customer-centric metrics, such as loyalty and customer satisfaction, increased as well. So to leave you with this, in an age where experience is the differentiator, and in a world where how we consume products and services is fundamentally changing, we have to keep pace. And we have to do this faster and more efficiently than ever. And the design sprint is a great and easy way to do this. So easy, in fact, that there's an entire book called the Sprint Book that shows you step by step how to run your own sprint. So is the sprint for you? Well, do you want happier employees, happier customers? Do you want superior products, reduced risk, reduced costs, and increased profits? And you have great ideas and want to do the right thing for your customers and for your company. So the next time that you have a big idea or a big question or problem to solve, which is just about everyone in this room, I want to encourage you to try the design sprint and see what it can do for you. And if anyone ever comes up with a solution to my travel pain point, please let me know, and I will personally be your first customer. Thank you.